In this video, I'm going to let you in on one of the top cash flow killers that, if left unchecked, will devalue your property and make your cash flow go negative. Hi, I'm Christian with Landlord Advocates. We're all about providing you with the tools and resources to make sure that you make more money and you get to keep some more in your pocket. This video is a part of the full 27-point Cash Flow Killer Masterclass, and you can download it for free right now if you click the link here or here. With that, let's get started and dive right in. Let's take a look at Cash Flow Killer number 7. Rejected rehabs. Okay, this is for any property owner out there. It doesn't matter if you have a company managing your property, if you're doing it yourself. A lot of people can fall into this category of rejecting your rehab. Okay, it doesn't matter if you had a past tenant that maybe destroyed your house. Maybe you just purchased a house that isn't in good repair. Maybe you got a really good deal on it because there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Whatever the situation may be, you may be finding yourself in a spot where the house just needs a lot of work to be done. I'm not talking like $200, $300, $400 worth of work, just simple touch-up type stuff. I'm talking about, these $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 repairs, even $15,000, $20,000 rehabs, where you're left in a situation where you need to come up with a lot of cash fast to get your property repaired correctly, have it show nice, be a good place for a tenant to live. And, sometimes people come to these situations where they don't necessarily have that kind of cash to put up front, and that's fine. It's kind of like, I would say, a catch-22, because you have a great property, it has the potential, okay, it has the potential, but you don't have the cash right away to get it to a condition that will attract a good tenant. Because, of course, the rule of thumb in being a landlord is the nicer the property, the better it looks and is, the nicer quality tenant that you're going to attract. A good family, a good hardworking family that has strong morals, that treats things like their own, they're not going to walk into some house that needs a bunch of work and treat it really nice. It's just not, it just doesn't work like that. So you have to make sure that your property is, grade A plus, so you get a grade A plus tenant. That's just kind of the way it works. But did you know that there are some companies out there, property management companies, that will actually work with you to get to that point where you can actually get the property rehabbed and get it to a point where you're going to attract those quality tenants? There's some companies that will do that. Now, not a lot of them do it, unfortunately, but I wanted to throw this point in there because if you can find one that actually will work with you, you're golden. Because you can't. I've talked to some landlords before. I'll put it this way, it is as an example. I've talked to landlords that have let their properties, probably the longest I've ever heard is 7 or 8 years, just sitting there vacant. Condos or houses, whatever it may be. The last one I was discussing with was a condo that had been sitting for 7 years because it was a little bit elderly lady and she just didn't have the funds to put into the property. It needed a whole new paint job and needed new floors. Okay, that's like $4,000 or $5,000 worth of work, and she just let it sit there, and that's so unfortunate. Now, there are companies out there, like I said, that'll help people like that, landlords like that, get over that hump, get past that catch-22. Now, how do they do it? Okay, it's really, like I said, not the easiest thing to find because not a lot of companies have the money up front or the means to do this, but they can actually self-fund some of these rehabs. Now, what does that mean exactly? Let's talk about that little old lady for a second, with the condo. Okay, that's a great example. Let's just say because she needed the new flooring, new paint, let's just say her bill was $5,000 that she needed to pay to get that condo in perfect condition for her new prospective tenants. So the good company will actually say, look, we have a $5,000 bill here, right? We have 2 vendors. We have a flooring vendor. We have a painting vendor. They gave us their invoice or their estimates. It's $5,000. Here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to actually pay those vendors, or at least hold them off, okay, without getting paid. We'll cover the cost of the supplies. We'll cover the cost of the materials. And if the vendor wants to get paid, fine. We'll pay them out of our pocket. But if we can work it out with the vendor where we can hold off getting paid for a few months, then we can work that out separately. But that company will have the ability to allow those repairs to be done, freshly painted, new floors, ready to show, ready for tenants, and you don't pay $1 out of pocket. That company will just be collecting your rental payments for 5 months in this example, and then once that bill is paid off, then they'll continue sending the payments to you, so you'll start making money again. It's just a really nice resource that if you can find a property management company, and maybe you're not even in this position, maybe this doesn't apply to you at all, but probably at some point in your landlord career, if you've been doing this for a while, you've come to a point where at the end of the lease, you got to dump a huge amount of money into a property. Or if you purchase a new property, you got to put a lot of money up front. So I just wanted to at least let you guys know that there are companies out there that will allow for this type of service, and they'll provide this for you. That was just one of the 27 cash flow killers that's waiting for you inside the full masterclass, which you can download for free by clicking the link here or there. All you have to do is simply enter your details and you'll get instant access to the complete masterclass training for free. You know, you might be asking yourself, why is it free? And if I was in your shoes, I'd be thinking the same thing. We're planning on putting this on the market for $197 in the future, but before we do that, we need some documented success stories. So go on over, watch the full masterclass, give us your feedback if you think it's worthy. With that, we'll see you on the other side. We can't wait.